Hello teachers, hope you are enjoying the learning through Arpit. In this session we have Professor Sanjeev Sonavne with us. We will discuss with him module of changing pattern of governance in higher education. Sir, as the higher education is under the pressure of change, how you are looking towards it, why changes are occurring and what its nature?
That's true. The higher education is under the pressure because the objectives of higher education to realize in a practice is the challenge before higher education institutions and universities. The four objectives of higher education, how to realize, is the question before the higher education institutions. That the first objective is the creation of knowledge, generation of knowledge. And in this area, the university and higher education has to generate the knowledge. Also along with that, these institutions and universities has to prepare the working force or a researchers who will really create a knowledge. Another important objectives to realize by these institutions is the dissemination of knowledge. And that is for in the dissemination there are so many modalities are coming up. The previously it was only the face to face, then distance has been occurred, now e-learning has been occurred, and due to inception of the technology and using this technology into the classroom, the dissemination of knowledge, the nature has been totally changed. This is the one of the important change due to the technology in the dissemination of knowledge has been occurred, and how to adapt in daily teaching learning process is again the challenge, and who will adapt? The teachers will adapt, and the teachers need lot of training regarding this. And it is not only to use the technology, it should benefit the learners, and that is why it should be wisely used and training is necessary. This is the another area. The next area where the objectives to realize is the storage of knowledge. Now there is always people talk about the explosion of the knowledge or generation of the knowledge is too much, lot of information is available. Now how to retrieve it, how to store it, and then whenever the learner will be needed or user will be needed, how they will retrieve it. Again this type of questions are there, and in that higher education institute has to deal the storage of knowledge. Then the next one is the how to create a wealth through the knowledge. This is also one of the challenge before the institutions, and then copyrights and then royalties and patents, and to real patents to be realized in a production form, and new startups will be come up. And this everything, all this just we have discussed about these four areas. The higher education institute has to prepare the people or the researchers who will contribute in this area, and also itself the faculty and the institute has to contribute in these four areas. And successfully realize all these four objectives is not a simple thing, and for that purpose there is a challenge before that, and the governance and administration or the functioning of the higher education institute should not be according to the traditional way to realize this. They have to think in a new way, new pattern of governance they have to adopt for this. When they successfully adopt a new pattern of a governance, then only these four objectives they can easily realize in a practice way. What it will happen due to this? The institutions will, the new generation knowledge will boost the economy of the nation or all the globe. And second thing, there will be a research to improve the equity in the society. So change in the society is also one of the important aspect by which the doing the research, generating the knowledge, disseminating the knowledge, and there should be an impact on the society, that the quality life of a members of the society to be improved. And for that purpose, the responsibility of the higher education is a paramount and important.
Then sir, how to go for this by higher education institute?
That's true. Once the patterns of governance is not as per the previous one, and they have to change their functioning or operations for to realize all this or to overcome the challenges of higher education in the 21st century, then the first thing is that they have to consider regarding the how the government is controlling the higher education institute. We have to see regarding this. And for that purpose, the University Grant Commission, the MHRD and the state governments, they are promoting the autonomy to the institutions. And once the autonomy will be there will be limited control of the government over the institutions, and academic autonomy the institutions can enjoy, and they can, according to that, they can change the pattern of their operations and functioning, so that new curricula, new programs, more knowledge generation, more area in the research, there will be they can break the barriers and it will become a smooth, so that the researchers, students, teachers will get the benefit through this. This is the one thing. But the another thing is that when we change the pattern and the institutions will go for the autonomy, the one fear among all the paternity and also the management of the institutions is that what the government will be change their funding pattern. But it is not there. Government had assured them the funding will be as it is, the grant will be as it is. But once when the institutions will be go for the autonomy, the institutions has to see regarding the source of funding by other ways also. So these things has to consider there, the autonomy, academic autonomy, functioning autonomy to be ensured in there. Then only the governance will be a beneficial to change and get the students, researchers and society will get the beneficial through this.
Okay. Then how can then governance play a role in this complex situation to promote economic and social objectives?
That's true. We have to, this question is very right. The government role is very important in this line. So government has to look toward the universities and higher education institutions at a different approach, new approach. These institutions are not a controlled, 100% controlled by the government. And also another way is that the new approach of the governance the institution has to add. The structure, total structure, right from the admission to the awarding the degree, the institution has to change the governance. That means functioning of the institutions, they have to change. And also use a new way for the governance. And in that, participation of the student, participation of the faculty, representative of the parent, and like that, new bodies will come up. And by this way, the governance will change. Participatory and democratic governance is the new way by which everybody will feel that this institute is owned by me, governed by me, and run by me, operated by me, and the confidence among all the stakeholders will improve. And for that purpose, the new changing pattern of governance, the institution has to adopt for this.